The worldwide tidal wave of populism just hit Japan, with a tiny Japan First party started by a random YouTuber coming number 2 in last week's upper house election. Is it time for MAJA? The election cost Japan's long-dominant LDP their majority for just the third time since 1955. So last Sunday, Japan went to the polls to fill half these seats in their Senate. It was the highest turnout since 2010, driven by voter anger at the current government, with recent polls showing just 21% approval, narrowly edging out dysentery. The issues were the economy and immigration, which fueled right-wing parties at the expense of both the ruling party and the fractured left-wing opposition. Now, Japan's inflation is currently running almost twice the rate in the U.S., while economic growth is running 0.0%, that's a rounding error to recession. Food inflation in Japan is up 7% year-on-year, driven by a weak yen and government deficits, but rice prices are up 100% thanks to regulatory straitjackets. TV shows in Japan are now showing people how to cook rancid rice so it tastes okay. Japan's wages are plunging. The average wage in Japan is now just $14 an hour. That's not minimum wage, that is average wage in a developed country. In fact, Japan's wages are lower than they were 35 years ago. Keep in mind, this is all before Trump's tariffs fully hit exports. So the economic clown show was fuel to a second big election issue, immigration. Japan's political establishment is run by big corporations. Basically, think of a country run by Mitt Romney. The corporations have gotten a taste for third world wages, importing now millions of third world migrants. Yes, even in Japan. Japan's foreigner population doubled since 2015, hitting almost 4 million. Go into a 7-Eleven in Tokyo now, and there's a good chance these staff are Indian, which is something you never used to see. Now, this all drives wages down. The starting salary at 7-Eleven Japan is now $8 an hour, which is probably a great wage in Bangladesh. Meanwhile, Japanese media is feasting on widespread rapes and violent crimes by third world migrants, including a brawl by over 100 Kurds at a hospital near Tokyo. So the economy and migrants drove a massive shift to right populists, especially the Sansei To party, started by a random YouTuber who wants to restore power to the emperor, is unapologetically nationalist, which is long a taboo in Japan. He wants women to quit work to have more kids and wants the emperor to take more concubines to set the example. Interesting for bond markets, he also wants the government to ramp up welfare spending despite Japan's national debt that in U.S. terms is roughly $71 trillion. So going by Sunday's vote, he is now the second largest party in Japan. So what's next? Brought to you by I Trust Capital. For now, Japan's ruling LDP will limp along, but if they keep 21% approval, they're going to hit gridlock and will have to call an election. If last Sunday's results hold, Japan could take a huge swing towards populism. Japan's financial system is already teetering on crushing levels of debt, basically an upside-down pyramid, and anti-corporation, anti-bank populists could tip it over the edge. That would lead to a fire sale of Japan's mountain of American debt that would send our interest costs soaring, so say hello to $3 trillion deficits, and it would bring Wall Street cap in hand for yet another bailout. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.